interested in science. Well, if you're interested in science, that means that you're probably going to have to take physics at some point in your life. What is physics? What do you do with physics? Physics is the study of nature. It's the study of our world. And we attempt to use math to solve problems and find solutions and understand our universe as a whole. Physics encompasses a very broad spectrum of studies, ranging from nuclear energy to astrophysics and astronomy to geophysics, which is a study of the Earth, to medical physics, which focuses on using radiation to figure out how to cure cancers or other major problems that we still don't know solutions to. Now, physics is very heavily math involved. We have to use math as tools for solving a lot of problems to develop real-world solutions. So math is a major aspect of understanding physics. Now, regarding what you do with physics, there's usually two main areas that people get involved with when they have a physics career. That is, they'll either go into research or academics. So, a career in academics means a career in teaching. And a career in teaching means you're going to be in front of students, and you're going to be in a classroom. Well, let's step inside a classroom and see what that's like.
Hey, Joseph Archival, also known as your teacher. I'm a physics teacher, obviously, so I use physics a lot every day, not only here at school, but also when I attend conferences and tutor kids outside of classroom. So physics is my life, and the thing that I like about physics really is that as a teacher especially, you get the chance to actually teach kids and enable them to appreciate life more, because then they start to understand what really are the processes involved in life, like walking and swimming and playing a sport. And when you know the rules of the game, you actually tend to appreciate the game a lot more. I always tell you that. So that's the good thing about, being a physics teacher, inspiring kids, making them understand and appreciate life even better. Sometimes though, there are days when you actually can't connect, and there are kids that just see you as someone who's creating problems for them or making it difficult for them to get to where they ever want to be, such as fields that don't really require physics. And that's really very frustrating because they don't see the significance of the subject as it plays in life and not just the class. But most of the time, physics is fun, physics is great, and I love it. And I think physics is connected with every field, be it medicine or engineering or even in design technology. So there it is.
Teaching is a very rewarding field. You can learn more about physics from having to stand in front of people and teach it to them. But we sometimes like to do other things than just teach. We like to play with our own toys and make our own new discoveries. The field of research can be equally rewarding in that sense. But perhaps education isn't quite your thing. Maybe you're more interested in working with tools or gadgets. Or with a degree in physics, you'd be very well equipped for conducting research. People with degrees in physics often work in either the private sector, working for individual companies, or with the government, such as Department of Defense, Department of Energy, or even the military, conducting research there. With a bachelor's degree, typical earning potential for people in physics is around $20,000 to $60,000 a year under research. However, master's and PhD has considerably higher earning potentials. Master's degrees typically earn about $50,000 to $70,000 a year, and PhDs earn $70,000 to $90,000 a year. So if you enjoy working with things like telescopes, lasers, computers, optical instruments, physics may be just what you're looking for.
Help, I've fallen, I can't get up.
Can you hear me? I'm Sarah Darlington. I'm a medical physicist. You're going to be okay. While I was doing my GCSEs and selecting my A-levels, I started thinking about a career. People were encouraging me to do medicine. However, I didn't like chemistry, but I love physics. So medical physics was an ideal option for me. I wasn't that good at maths, but I knew I needed to have maths in order to do a physics degree, which I did here in this building in Cardiff. And I settled down, I did the maths, got my qualifications, and hence ended up getting the job that I really love doing. Even though I'm not a doctor, occasionally I do end up in an operating theatre performing some quite difficult procedures. Medical physics covers a wide range of techniques. The one you're probably most familiar with is the use of X-rays to produce pictures of bones. One of the things that I do is pass 2 X-ray beams through a body at 2 different energies, and by measuring the difference in how these X-ray beams pass through the body, I can apply some maths and we can extract information about how dense or how strong the bones are within the body.
Flex, watch this, I'll get it first try. Want to do a 360?
Yeah.
That's real funny!
I started really getting into video games. And the idea of, I just played video games. I remember when Sega first came out, I was into this video game. It became my new toy. And I remember when video games went 3-dimensional on us. And so as I started, so physics for me is no different than it's a form of entertainment for me. It's fun for me. It's like playing this video game. And a lot of the ways, the reason why I like doing physics, the kind of physics I do, is that there's a lot of visualization going on, or actually experimenting with different ways of visualizing things. And so it becomes this interesting video game. Or if you like translating, I do a lot of translation between these images and equations. So it's sort of like you learn 2 different languages, and the fun is in translating from one to the other, or looking at something that's completely understood already and figuring out a completely different way of seeing the same thing. So physics, for me, has always become this, it's like an extension of a video game of the mind.
As you can see, physics offers a huge range of possibilities. It's not just for geeks or nerds. It's for people who are curious, for people who are passionate about the world. If you've ever wanted to use math to solve real-world problems, if you've ever had a heart for science, if you've ever been interested in understanding how things work, physics just might be for you.